Good morning, primary class. This is Miss Daniela with your Wednesday lesson in our story, Noah Builds an Ark. And I hope that you're enjoying all this snow like I am. It's very beautiful outside. I know our school is canceled and yours is probably canceled too. Well, after 120 years, remember, the ark was finished. But people still thought that Noah was crazy. It had never rained. Nobody even knew what rain was. The wise teachers told everyone not to worry. Even if the floods did come, they were sure that the boat Noah had built would never float. But remember, Noah was doing everything just as God had told him to do. He wasn't worried about what people were saying. Noah had faith. Even though he couldn't understand it all, and it didn't seem to make sense, Noah and his family were trusting God and obeying what he said. How many were in his family? Do you remember? Genesis chapter 7, verse 13 tells us about that. In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth and the sons of Noah and Noah's wife and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. So how many is that? That's Noah and his wife, and then he has 3 sons and their 3 wives. So that's 6, 7, 8. 8 people. That's right. They would be in the ark for many months, so they would need lots of food. And Noah knew that they would need food not just for themselves, but for what else? That's right. They would need food for animals, and they would need food for any other people if they decided to come. So, as he gathered and stored tons of food, people were sure that he was crazy. Genesis 6, verse 21 says, "And take unto thee all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them." Then one day something amazing happened. There was a flutter of wings as birds of every kind flew into the ark. Some went in, 2 of the same kind, and some 7 of the same kind. Inside the ark, Noah and his sons gently put them all in cages that were ready for them. Then someone yelled, "Look! There came all kinds of animals, 2 of some and groups of 7 of others." Quietly and in perfect order, they walked up the ramp, to the door of the ark, just as if someone was guiding them. From the door, Noah and his sons led them to the places that were ready for them. People were shocked. What could it mean? They didn't know that angels were choosing and leading the birds and animals to the ark so they could be saved to live in the world after the flood. Now, think about this. Do you ever think that you would have been brave enough to believe and trust God if you had been there with Noah? And when he was begging people to come into the ark before it would be too late? How can we learn to be brave for God now? What are your ideas?